edition of The Wrap. So we've come to the end of The Last of Us Season 2, which is only halfway through the second game of The Last of Us, just to confuse you. But, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear what's happened in the entire season, but mostly the final episode, please don't watch on. And please don't forget to ring the bell and subscribe if you want more from this channel. So right from the off, we get the repercussions of 2 episodes ago, not the flashback that happened the episode 1 ago when we had to get our Pedro Pascal in as much as possible. But Ellie beating up one of Abby's friends in the Spores hospital. Yeah. Turns out it was pretty brutal, which we kind of all knew. And she actually got the information out of her, apparently really easily, which, okay. But this time, Ellie knew, adding to her humanisation, Ellie knew that what she was doing was probably too far. And the fact she didn't leave her dead, she left her for dead. Yeah, you could see that. I thought that added great amounts to her character going back to the theatre. I still love the theatre. They've done such a good job with that. You know, when he turned up, because if you've forgotten about that, then it's going to be a poor old Jesse episode. And if you haven't, it's going to be a poor old Jesse episode. Poor old Jesse. Oh boy. But Tommy also is involved. So pretty much the premise is they've got to get to Tommy because they're coming to be rescued. You've got a pregnant Dina. You've got Ellie not knowing whether she's coming and going, what she's doing, what her morals are, you know, on the hour, by the hour. She hasn't got a clue. So they come. But Jesse's saying, hey, we've got to go to the bookshop, we've got to meet Tommy. So they go off on their adventure. Oh my God, just from the get-go, meeting, so the Washington Liberation Front people who are bullying the Scar. I was about to say scab, but the Scar. Yeah, the stupidity starts here because Ellie, oh, hey Jesse, you know, you've just given this speech about how, you know, you don't want to die because you're going to be a father and all these things and you've come to rescue me. Let's go and take on 6 well-trained people with guns, which we can't actually stop, and then we'll die, and then the Scar, who's being brutally beaten and will die, will still die. How has Ellie survived this long? Because it's one thing if in her emotional trauma, I get that she does 1 or 2 stupid things, maybe 3 things, but she wouldn't keep getting away with it is the thing, especially in an environment, as I've said in previous reviews, that she doesn't know. She vaguely knows the politics now, but she does not know Washington. Now, she knows it as well as I do. Maybe a smidge better by the end of this episode, but yeah, not well. So before we cut to more silly Ellie, although this one made more sense, we get a great view of Seattle. Like top of the building when she's arguing with Jesse. But I guess why this was better than the argument about saving the Scar. Okay, so she fights, so she knows Tommy's there. She then puts together what she was told from her torture scene, which is, hey, there's the SeaWorld over there, whatever it was called. There's the Ferris wheel. Oh, look, all of my torture just comes together. I know exactly where Abby is, well, where she thinks Abby is. So she's an argument with Jesse back and forth. Jesse goes back on his more look, you know, he's given a story before about how the morals of, you know, I didn't go off and do what I wanted to do, looking after the community, etc. And Abby's just like, well, I've got to look after my family. To hell with the community. She's a bit stronger than that. But the thing is, in her blind rage, she missed 2 things. The first thing was, hey, you voted Jesse, I know for sure, to come and send 16 people, I think it was 16 people to their death up here in Seattle. He's like, no, I didn't. Oh, well, let me do some mental gymnastics. Oh, that's fine, right, I'm just going to ignore that bit. So anyway, so I have to look after my family now. I have to make sure that my family, my people, that's all I've got. Meanwhile, Tommy's being pinned down and she's going, Tommy's got it covered, Tommy's fine, whatever. The mental gymnastics are strong in this one because she's missing what's right in front of her face. And that, to me, was actually good. That was good, emotional, I don't want to say immaturity, but good stupid, because she is very upset and very blind. Good version of it. Also, coincidentally, Ellie ignored the sea conditions. I mean, hey, we're down by the coast, and guess what? The sea's a bit choppy. I don't know what to do with a boat, because she blatantly didn't know what to do, apart from literally press a motor and go one way. Oh, look, there's an army going off to that island over there. Oh, well, there you go, never mind, let's carry on to the aquarium. And I'm fine with this, by the way, but it just, from what I remember of the game, and I deliberately didn't watch the cutscenes of the game back, like, this seemed even more silly than that, but fine. So she goes over there, gets washed up, meets the Scars. They let her go in a cheap scene where it's like, oh, we're going to hang you. Oh, the attack's happening. Oh, well, let her go, never mind. So once again, Ellie gets lucky, but okay. I think that happened in the game from what I remember. And, you know, then she goes on another accidental murderous rampage, continuing the violent cycle, the death cycle that's continuing by killing 2 of Abby's friends, one of which actually was a 3rd friend because her female friend was pregnant. I will just say, and this doesn't vary from the game, like Owen was stupid to try and pick up the gun, especially with the whole they kept her alive, and when Ellie, I felt, and obviously you're trying to put yourself in the character's positions, and it does kind of make sense, but when Ellie said, and I thought that she delivered this line really well about not killing them if they tell her what she wants to know, and the whole pointing to the map thing, were they really with somebody who knows how to survive? So that's how I think they're seeing Ellie. Were they really going to be able to, or was Owen really going to be able to draw to the gun quick enough? I don't think so, and it was like, it kind of felt like they should have taken a chance just with Ellie with that. So, yeah, they didn't, and so 3 people died, and the violent cycle continues, including, at the end, with poor old Jessie dying in the theatre. I mean, yeah, okay, her and Jessie making up. That was nice because, as I've said before, we do not need more misery in this series. Misery is this series, or this particular part of the series' middle name. So making up with Jessie, nice. Jessie dying, not so nice, but it was always going to happen because this whole death, I was about to say death cult, but this death pact that everyone's got in this series now, that's continuing, and we're left with the whole, what's Abby going to do? Is she going to kill Ellie? Is Ellie dead? Find out next season, but we then skip on to Abby, and by the way, another cool visual, the whole Seahawk Stadium. That was cool. I'm glad they managed to get that in there, because we did have that in the game. It looked better in the series because it was real life, but that was pretty cool. But this is a final thing, Abby. So, the game, and I thought the series was going in a different direction by the start with just making, oh, it's Abby's father, there we go, now you know, etc., and there's no mystery when it comes to her killing Joel. But they're now doing this whole with Isaac, oh, Abby's like meant to be the next one, the chosen one, etc. And obviously the second, or season 3, not the second half of season 2, season 3 is going to focus on Abby. There's going to be a lot of Abby, and I feel like they're going to try and get her over again as like a relatable or a character that you want to root for to a degree, some sort of kind of redemption or understanding, whatever you want to call it. And look, I want to be proven wrong. I just don't think it's going to work. It didn't work in the game. It didn't get over in the way they wanted it to. That's just my view. Maybe they'll do it better because they can see the reaction of the game and then have a chance to sort of, not retcon it, but to go, okay, how can we tweak it to do X, Y, Z while staying true to the story in sort of a similar way to me talking about bring Tommy in to fill the void of Joel, to a degree. He won't fill it totally, but to a degree. And I just don't think this whole super soldier, OP Abby is going to be what makes her more liked. I hope I'm wrong, but I do look forward to season 3 because I have enjoyed season 2. Yes, it has its problems, but that's all from the game, so I'm willing to look past that in a lot of ways. And apart from that, I've just had small problems, and that's cool. It's been a good season again, but how long we have to wait for the next one, who knows? If you enjoyed this, please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, ring the bell, and until next time, I'll see you later.